We're Smooth 98.1 FM. You're welcome to Business Express. And I've been joined this morning by Rotus Oddiri. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Omas. Good morning to all our viewers, listeners out there. Hope everybody's doing all right on this Thursday.
I just want to hope in anticipation that day would be very okay. But I don't think in terms the Naira is doing okay. If what I see on our agenda this morning is anything to go by. Rotus, exchange rate plummets to 910 Naira to a US dollar. The disparity widens to about 153 Naira to the US dollar. And they say this is about the first time it's doing for the first 9 days in August already. This is what we're experiencing. What happens in the next 21 days?
Yeah, that's a good question. It might fall further. Yeah, Omas, it's demand and supply. That's what we are seeing playing out. Yeah, I mean it could fall further. It might stabilize. It's a demand supply dynamic. It's that simple, there's just a lot of, it's summer period. Summer is almost coming to an end. I know that, but between travel demands, there's school fees for those whose children are overseas coming up. People are still importing items for machinery and so on. It's just, we're an import dependent country. That's just the truth. That's just what it is.
What can we do at this point in time? Because I know some persons had said all of these things, the government, unify the exchange rate, blah, blah, blah. Here we are now. What has the government done? Has the government acted in any way to have prompted this sudden plummeting in terms of decision taking?
I mean, the whole unification thing was just collapsing several different windows in order to just have one window where we can see what the rate is. That really, I think a lot of people took the word unified to just somehow mean that they would merge the black market rates and the INE window rates, and all of a sudden things would be okay. No, that's not. Oh. That's not. There was a window for SMEs. There was a window for school fees. Different windows with different exchange rates, and they just say, okay, look, abolish all those windows. Just leave one window. That's the investors and exporters window. But the thing is, as far as what can be done, well, you can either manage demand or increase supply. And managing demand is why we saw that 41 item list where they banned a number of items from accessing official FX rates, those commodities that they put on there. Managing demand was why, if you're going to get access FX for personal travel, as a business travel allowance, at one point they were asking people for 3 years tax returns. I mean, you're just putting all these hurdles in front of people to do demand management.
Yes.
So, unless people's, parents withdraw their students from school overseas, we stop eating foreign cereal, we stop driving foreign cars, we stop wearing foreign clothes. Unless that happens, the other solution is supply has to increase. Nigeria has to pump more oil. Nigeria has to export more other items. People are, they are demanding dollars for different things. So until it's like demanding any other thing. That when fuel goes scarce, in the days of fuel scarcity, when fuel is scarce, the price climbs because there's not enough supply to meet the demand for fuel. So it's like anything else. It just, and the thing is, the time it will take to augment supply is the issue. So pointing to the government is just the government has to just look at the oil supply. Oil theft has impacted how much oil we pump out. And we have to just, look at what else we can sell to the world. That's where we are.
Rotus, we are looking for what else to sell. When we have talents who are shutting down stadiums abroad, the human capital. Every time we just resort to oil quickly and say pump more oil. When we have Nigerians doing excellently well other places in diaspora where we can begin to tap into it.
Well, it's a good point, but Mas, let's break that down, right? So if you think of a Thames or Niniola or Wizkid or Davido or Burna Boy, what is it that they can do that will attract Forex to come here? So recently, Davido crossed 1 billion streams on Spotify. Spotify is a US platform, or is it Swedish? Spotify is either Swedish or American.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Not
Yeah.
American.
So Spotify is a foreign platform. And that's why people are going to pay foreign exchange and so on to buy his music. So all that money is going to a foreign platform, unless you pick a platform that is Nigerian, and then everybody who wants to pay for his money is paying with foreign exchange and everything. And that's the only way you can. So when we think about Nigerians doing well, whatever you want to think about, whatever solution, it has to somehow attract foreign exchange into the country. That's the challenge.
So we cannot, this issue of remittance is not enough. This pressure of remittance is not enough to even shore up what we are looking for at all. And even though it's
so the thing is, the remittance matter, the money is coming from somewhere. The remittances are coming from Nigerians who are overseas. And so those Nigerians that are over, in fact, this is an issue now. The fact that before we had several windows, if you're a Nigerian sending money to your relative, if you're a Nigerian overseas sending money to your relative at home, you were hesitant to send it through official channels because your money was coming in at the official rate of 416. Meanwhile, there's a black market of 700 and something. So if just anybody who is listening, if you were to get $1,000 from your auntie in America, would you change it at the formal at 400, or would you change it at 700 on the black market? So that's what the window is trying to address, to encourage people. But still, there are economic issues overseas, high inflation. Our brothers and sisters overseas are also facing their own economic problems there. So we can't really put all our hope on them. You just have to diversify your income as a country. And look at what Microsoft and Apple and all these other companies are doing. These are all American companies that have solid technology and they sell things all over the place. So Omas, we have to look inwards. So that is the solution to this matter.
Okay. So if you want to be part of the conversation so far, you can send us a WhatsApp message onto 0809-444-0981, 0809-444-0981, WhatsApp messages only. Still talking dollar matters. Some persons feel threatened already because we're still talking about foreign exchange in terms of paper money, but some persons already see the incursion of what you call this cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, tokens right now. So the Bureau de Change operators are calling for the government to probably ban them and probably take action. So what do you make of this?
Yeah, it's just looking for addressing symptoms of an illness instead of addressing the illness itself. It's like when they were targeting, when CBN was targeting Aboki FX and saying that Aboki FX was distorting, all they were doing was just reporting what the prices were, and then they decided to make them a scapegoat. Going after crypto platforms is not going to solve anything. That's a distraction. And if you notice, when Aboki FX was temporarily stopped giving FX rates, it didn't change anything. The rate was still high. So if you ban anybody you want, your fundamental problem is that your dollar supply does not match your dollar demand. And Nigerians, like any other people around the world, Nigerians love foreign stuff, right? That's just the facts. And so unless you tell everybody to, and you can't do that. You have a right to eat what you want and import what you want and drive whatever foreign goods or consume whatever foreign goods you want. That's your right. It's your money. But the issue is you can't be doing that and then also complaining about the rates when it is you and I and our fellow brothers and sisters that the demand for that item is pushing it up. So you can't have it both ways,
Well, messages are trickling in already. So I think let's go to Benga Kamu with this message. Rotus, what do you think of the federal government intervention to collect all government revenues through the FIC? Is that not over centralization, pro-max? Benga Kamu, as the government through its policies, destroy the purchasing power of citizens. I'm waiting for the alignment and balanced market forces people have been yawning about. Benga Kamo says that.
Yeah, so the Taiwo Yidili, who is the chair of the government's fiscal policy and tax reform committee, has said that there are too many agencies collecting money. Some of them are not, they are focused, they've got distracted from their mandate and are now focused on collecting money. So let's have one, it's almost like collapsing the FX windows. Let's have one channel through which all the money comes in. So we know what is, they're using technology to track it. I think it makes sense just to make sure, okay, look, everybody go and do your job. Leave the collection of revenue to the FIRS or the state revenue agencies and let it be that way. So I think that makes sense.
This still on this Naira matter. Tokpa isn't satisfied yet. He says, "Good morning, guys. I thought the whole idea of devaluation was to bridge the gap between official rates and the parallel market. My wife bought dollars at that's Tokpa's wife now. Bought dollars at 894 Naira 2 days ago. That's 100 Naira more than the official rate." Please, explanation.
Yeah. So again, there's a black market will always exist. The black market exists where people cannot get dollars from the official channels. So you're supposed to be able to go to your bank and ask them and use your Naira in your bank account to purchase dollars. But the supply is low. And so if you're not able to get it there, Tokpe's wife or anybody else will go to the black market. You devalue when you are not able to support the price of the dollar. That's why you devalue. That's so if they can't support it, they'll devalue again. That does not mean that because they devalue, all of a sudden supply improves. So no one should confuse the two. The whole issue here is that not enough dollars are flowing into Nigeria. That is it. So if you like, devaluing is just changing the price. If I do all I want, improve the supply of dollars. Until that happens, this will continue to happen.
Well, because in your intro, you talked about our love for the foreign stuff. If it's not foreign, then it's not quality. So some persons, that's the belief of majority. And that takes us to Abia State, where the government recently donated vehicles to shore up security and all of those. But they seem to be getting a backlash because they're saying, wait, don't we have a local company that could have provided this vehicle? How did it go this way?
Yeah, we're almost out of time. I think we'll continue. We'll have to continue this tomorrow. But yeah, he was trending on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been attacking him, saying that why didn't he go with a local brand, which is either Nord or Innoson. Yeah, man, Omas, we should take we'll take it up for Tech Friday tomorrow.
We are picking it up from there tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into, and it still ties into this whole local goods, patronizing local items, and so everybody should just I want everybody to get their points together for Tech tomorrow. We'll talk about locally made. I'm sure you have your own thoughts. Locally made.
Rotus, so before we let you go, there are messages ready for you. So let's just quickly see how we can get this across.
Yeah.
Michael Onyeweke from Marina says Rotus is indirectly saying that the FX issue is mostly demand driven. I think it is actually a supply challenge. Our consumption of foreign goods isn't the main issue. However, it's insufficient supply of FX, which is directly related to FX revenue issues at NNPC and other agencies. Michael from Marina. Then I'll pick up Frank's message. Frank says from Satellite, we are talking about attracting FX inflow into the economy to improve the supply. I would like to ask, how many mainstream media covered just concluded Zenith Bank export trade seminar? The awareness is low because our focus as a country is not on export yet, which is sad.
Okay, I can accept. Well, I mean, a number of people, some people covered it, but again, you still see, you can, whether you cover it, whether you don't cover it, Omas, is the supply coming in? That is just the matter, right? That is it.
Right. Look at this now. Yinka Bolu comes up for you here, says, but it seems that the I&E window looks reasonable now. Imagine a bank selling 870 Naira to the US dollar. To even make matters worse, our kind of financial literacy in Nigeria is twisted, because even those that have no business with FX dabbling into FX business, or maybe the CBN should at least probably get should set up an exchange bank cause I don't trust the banks. ASU on its own aside cause their own type of wahala with incessant strike. Why is Tokwe saying is asking why is Tokwe's wife buying dollars?
I see. We need it now. We're import dependent, so an import dependent country.
And Rotus, I would not indict you, but I know a certain somebody in the past 3 years or 4 years who have been canvassing saying Nigerians buy dollars and invest and save you in for the future. But I'm not saying I didn't mention you. You are not the one.
You must protect your purchasing power. You must protect your purchasing power. You must.
Rotus, we have to go there, but honestly, it's been a great time with you. So look forward to meeting you tomorrow once again.
Excellent. Omas, thank you. Thanks to everybody that sent messages. See you guys tomorrow. We'll talk made in Nigeria vehicles. Looking forward to it.
All right. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. It's a wrap on Business Express. Stay tuned. We are smooth 98.1 FM. Good morning.